Hello everyone. Good morning. Okay, I hope my voice is clear, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. Okay, what about yesterday task? Have you tried that? How to declare two array and how to perform addition of those elements? I think Priyanka, you have shared me, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Just a minute. So the task which you have completed, right? That is okay. But what you did see, you have just add into third array, but you have just completed that task manually, right? I'll show
Yeah,
you today how you can directly do
iterative.
it using iteration. Correct. Because see, that's a manual way, okay? Chalo, let's
Mm-hmm.
start this. So the point is, yesterday we have started with very interesting topic, which is array. And guys, when it comes to array, you need to understand the concept, right? How we can declare any array and how many different types of arrays are there. And in fact, we are going to discuss about a very interesting loop, which is called for each loop, right? But before that, I ask you one assignment to complete. Like we can declare two array, two integer type of array, and whatever elements are there, we can just try to add it. So let me show you addition scenario. So just have a look. Example, I'm creating new class. This is addition array task. Okay. And just have a look how to complete this code. Okay, so yesterday we have just declared one or like we have understood only one way how to initialize array using new keyword, correct? So I will be showing you with both the ways today, like what is a new keyword and what is the literal way concept. Literal way is a quite simple. You don't need to write, the index position to declare your array element. You can directly, declare that array element with the help of literal way. So let's explain with the same traditional technology like using new keyword. Let's see how we can declare array. So very first, I will create a first array. Okay, array one. So let's start. Data type, your array name, suppose AR1, right? This is my name. And then this is a single dimensional array. I will create a new, and then I will be creating again the same data type and the size. Array size always fixed, right? So we have to declare that size. Let me take suppose four element. Okay. So I just want four element in array number one. How you can declare in traditional approach? You have to write with index position. Example, this is 10. Then I will write 4 time, right? And then here I will declare array of 1, which is 20. Array of 2, which is 30. And then I'm writing array of 3, which is 40. Correct? So these are the elements which we have initialized. Similarly, I will declare second number array. Okay? So this is our array 2. How we can declare C? Suppose I have given the name array 2. Again, I want 4 size only. And I will be just changing that particular value. Okay. I'm just keeping here 1, 2, 3, 4. That these are the second elements array and the values. Okay. Let me just initialize 1, 2, 3, 4. And yes, where we can initialize absolutely array number 2. So I need to change the name also. This is my array number 2. So two arrays we have declared and now we just wanted to perform addition of both the array. Correct? This is we are talking about single dimensional array. In single dimensional array, at a continuous location, memory will be allocated. Correct? So currently I'm having four elements in my both the array. So whatever sum array you will be creating, size should be same. Okay. So now I'm going to define here sum array. So I will just create again same integer sum, which is single dimensional, new keyword. Again, I'm going to write a data type and here I will mention that size. So current sum array is what? Having four position again. Now what you need to do, iterate one array, okay, put the length and as per the iteration, sum is the array where we are going to store addition of both the arrays, right? The logic is very clear. Sum is equal to array 1 element plus array 2 element. But how you can do with the help of iteration? Let's iterate. You know that array index always start with the position that is 0. So I will start with ith position is 0. I should be less than. You can take any array dot length, right? So it will just iterate up to that 4, right? 0 to 3. That's our index position. It will iterate. And then I will say just 2 plus plus means I incremented by 1. Okay, just a minute. Let me admit few participant. Done. So here what I did, I have just iterated my one array. Guys, this position is important for all three arrays because in sum, whenever I will store that addition, I just wanted to store addition at the same position, which is a zeroth position. Correct? And then, okay, guys, just a minute. Let me admit. Okay. So only one time if you declare your, that particular iteration point, now you can see you can just write sum of I, okay, the position where you wanted to store the addition. See if array index 1, 0 position plus 0 position means array 1 0, array 2 0. I just wanted to add 10 plus 1, it will be 11. And I wanted to store it again at sum of 0th position only. So I will be initializing sum of I. Sum of I is equal to what? Array 1 of ith position plus just write array 2 of ith position. Are you getting my point? This is how you will just do addition because we wanted to add this number with this number. Correct? So position wise, it will accept the value from both the array and it will just perform addition. And that whole right hand side data, it will keep at the left hand side, which is your sum. So this is okay. Now what will happen? Once the loop will iterate up to the length of that array, means all four position will be add. And now currently result is available in which array? Result is available in sum, correct? So how we can add that, everyone? How we can add that sum? How we can print that sum? Now just to print the result, because result is there, but just to print the result, I will do iteration again. So I will write for integer, you can take another variable j is equal to I. J should be less than, let's say sum dot length. Then I will be writing j plus plus. Agree? And in between this, what I need to print? I will be just printing sum of j. Correct, everyone? So basically, addition I'm trying to print here. Okay? Addition, let me write addition of both the array. Okay? Both the array. And here we are printing that addition. Okay, before printing the whole result, I'll do one thing. Suppose I just wanted to print, okay, array 1 length is, as I told you, na, capture length. So array 1 length is, and we have only one property in Java for array, right? When it comes to JavaScript and all, there are multiple methods available, array support methods also. But in Java, array is itself implemented as an object. And because of that reason, we don't have any method support. But we do have property support, which is a length property. So you can just write array 1 dot length, and this will capture length of first array. Then I will do one thing. I will capture here length of second array also, right? Let me just write array 2 dot length. And guys, after this, we are trying to print addition of both the array. One more point. Suppose you wanted to print both the array element also. What you can do? You can iterate the both the array, right? Means what I will do. So if I just wanted to show you, let's say array 1 elements. You can customize your code, okay? Array 1 elements. And there I can show you the iteration again. Absolutely. How you will print all the array element? You need to do iteration. So let me just write for loop again. Suppose integer I should start with 0. I should be less than what? Absolutely array 1
Array
dot
length.
length. Correct. And I plus plus. Great. And here we are just trying to print first array element. Means array 1 dot, I mean array 1 of I. And similar loop I need to follow for array 2. So just have a look here after the length. Again, I will capture that iteration. I will just change the name array 2. This is also array 2 element, right? And yes, here also array 2. That's it. Save. So how this code will work? First of all, it will show you length of first array, element of first array. Then it will show you length of second array, element of second array. And finally, you will able to see addition of the both array. Correct? So here it will perform the addition. Correct? Actual logic is here. Let's see how the code is working. So if I execute this code, I should able to see entire addition. Perfect. Can you see the result? This is array 1. These are the elements of array 1. These are the elements of array 2. And when you add both the arrays as per their position, this is the final result. Easy? So means once you understood the basic logic, you can perform multiple operation. Okay, that is easy. In fact, you can just declare the array element. You can sort the array element, right? In ascending order. That is also possible. But to put that particular logic, core concepts are important to know. Okay. So this is how the basic one dimensional array you can declare, you can iterate, and you will able to print the result. So guys, one more
Ma'am,
point. Mhm.
one
Go ahead.
thing I would want to ask here that
Yes.
like we are
Mhm.
declaring the sum and then we are taking the additions of the two arrays in for
Correct.
loop, right?
Correct.
Row number 40. So why can't we directly print SOP, SOP line just after that for loop
Okay.
and
After for loop,
display the,
which
I
line you
mean,
are talking
like
about?
after 40th
Mhm.
line,
Mhm.
there only we can add SOP and sum of I.
That's sum of I you are talking about,
Uh-huh.
right?
Huh.
Ah, you can print. No
Okay,
problem at all. So if you want here directly, right?
right.
So
And then
actually you are
will it,
printing that addition only, right?
right, right.
So example, if I skip this part in that case,
Hmm, hmm, hmm.
and if I keep
Okay,
this message, okay, I'll just comment this out and I will keep this message here. No problem at all, right? So if you run, what will happen? You will directly able to see that result. Can you see?
okay, okay. I thought that it is not allowed. Okay,
No, no,
no
no,
problem.
no. That is
Mhm.
allowed. That is up to you. How you are
Hmm, hmm,
writing
hmm,
that logic, right?
okay,
So
okay.
either you can declare a one more for loop, you can iterate that loop, and you
Hmm,
can just print that addition. Otherwise, if you wanted to print directly within the
hmm,
loop, you can do in this manner. Both the ways are allowed. Correct?
okay.
See, writing code, there is no such a restrictions. Are you
Hmm,
getting
hmm,
my point? In any way, whatever way you want, you can write, but you need to understand, okay, why you guys are doing that task. Okay, that is only important. Fine. Now, everyone, one question for all of you. What we have learned in array? I mean, in one topic only, okay? One type only, one dimensional. What is array? Then array is a static data structure. We can store only similar type of elements in the array. So, in the last example, I have shown you few array example. Like this is the one way how to declare array using new keyword. So this is what you can declare integer type of array. You can declare any double type of array and you guys are able to iterate, right? You can capture length, you can iterate also. Third type we have seen which is a string. But if we can observe, only one type of element we can store inside the array. Correct? That is the main part. Now my question to all of you, suppose, okay, I wanted to create an array. Let's say this is my array and where I wanted to create some employee data. Okay. I wanted to store my employee name, which is Sarang. I wanted to store location of employee, which is Pune. Okay. Sarang age, I wanted to store Sarang is 40, right? Then I wanted to store gender of Sarang, let's say Sarang male, only one single character. I wanted to store, let's say, some salary package of Sarang, something in percentage, okay, whatever it is, like 89 point something, okay, 93 something, whatever it is. How I can maintain this array? Is it possible? Can I store such a kind of array in Java? What do you think? Why it is not possible? Let's say this is what name, right? So we can say this is the type string. Okay, what is the data type for Pune? Absolutely, we can declare again string. Correct? Now tell me age, which is integer. Okay, this is single character. This is you can say double. Now tell me, I want to design this array. How I can design it in Java? Hmm? What do you think? This is possible or not? As per the array definition, like array is a static data structure and we can store only single type of elements in array, right? So either all integer, either all string, all character, possible. But now you have type mismatch, right? Few data is a string, few data integer, few character. How it is possible in array, I mean Java? Any guesses? Anything?
We can consider this as row and column concept and then
No.
declare
Okay. First point. This is
different
single
arrays.
dimensional.
Okay,
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 first is it is single dimensional. So we
okay.
can't consider as a row and column. And even it is row and column, then still how it is possible to maintain with one single variable? I mean, my variable
Mm-hmm.
name is employee data, correct? Employee data zeroth position Sarang, employee data first position Pune, something like this. So you know what? That is the main part. In Java, array is implemented as an object, right? So, do you remember we discussed one very interesting topic, type conversion. One type of data we can convert into another type? Yes. Now tell me, what is string in Java? Technically, string is a class. Agree? So, for any class level info, if you declare any variable, what this variable called? Hmm? If I declare string S1, and if I declare anything here, right? So, S1 we called what? Do you remember special word for S1? This is a variable, but what variable it is? It is a reference variable, correct? For every class, when you declare any variable, it is called reference variable, or you can call it as object name. Do you remember? We discussed this part, right? So, right hand side is always pointed to object. Left hand side always pointed to what? Reference. And this is what my object name. So similarly here also, if string is a class, and for class if I declare any data, this is my object. So currently I am having Sarang as a object, real time data, Pune also object, but this is plain integer. Can I convert integer to object? Tell me. If I just do convert every type of data in the form of object, then what type of array it will be? If all the elements we hold as a real data, so basically as an object, then I can declare this array as an object type. And this is the main part. One step we are moving ahead again, automation. So guys, remember, when you work with automation, we don't work on primitive, right? We always work on object, real time information, real time data. And there this concept is important. So if you have this kind of info, you can convert it in the form of object, and then you can declare this array as a object type of array. And that is the best part in Java. You know, in Java, object is a, I can say, super class. Okay, super class in Java programming language. So basically, we have predefined classes, we have user defined classes. Whatever class name you guys have prepared, let's say today I have written addition of array, this kind of my class name, which is my name, right? Which is provided by me. So I can call it as user defined class. But string, system, these are predefined classes. But on the top of user defined and predefined, we have a super class in Java, which is called object class. And that's the reason, guys, in array, you can store any similar type of data. In fact, you can store objects also. And how it is possible? You just need to write a type of array as a object. Are you getting my point? So please have a look. If I wanted to create this array, it is also possible. See, for this point, I wanted to show you one more thing. Okay. Let's debug the same program. Last session, we have created this code, right? I'm just trying to debug the same. Just have a look. Then you will understand the topic. When I debug this code as a Java application, just have a look. Initially, the main function is executed, right? And you can see this ID is important here to understand, because we learn that whenever object will create, JVM assigns some ID. And this is the ID you can see. Please have a look. If I run this command, very first SID array is created. Object is, I mean, this is the object ID. But if you expand it, see what data we are having, all are integer. If I run this code, means one by one value will assign. But at this time, what are these value? Everyone, just a primitive, correct? Because IDs, separate ID is not assigned by the JVM because it is only primitive. Now, if I come to the next line, see, I will able to see that iteration. I will able to see that ith value and the result. Let's talk about second array. Just have a look. Let's see, marks is implemented here. But just have a look, guys. For marks also, only one ID is created only for that name. But inside that array, Whatever elements you have stored, only primitive elements are there. Correct na? So this part is important to know. Now, when I create object type of array, each and every element in the array, it will store as an object. And for every element, you will get a separate ID. Like for a string, let me show you. If I run this code, this will iterate. And see, now the location object, location array is created. Just have a look. Here, the third array, which is location, which is created. But guys, if you can see properly, just have a look. For string, ID created. When I initialize Nashik, again ID got created. Why there is a separate ID for separate element? Why it is not for the previous objects or previous array? Because previously is only holding double type of element which was primitive. Currently this array holding object. So for every data, you can see separate ID got created by JVM. Are you getting the difference? Whenever array store primitive, there will be no ID. Correct? Whenever array hold object, there will be separate ID available. Correct? So this is the point I wanted to show you. So internally, the data what is you are holding inside that array, that is also important. Correct? So now let me show you how you can simple create this beautiful array, which is a object type of array. So I will create third demo. So let me just show you array 1D, okay, demo 2. Just have a look. So at this moment, I will be showing you with both the way. So very first, let me show you using new keyword, how you can write this code. Okay, see this. As I told you, type you can write object. So initially I'm writing object, employee data, single dimensional array. Just write a new
तुम्हाला
keyword
फोन येत होता 2 वेळा.
and then you can write just object. After that, you can put here size. Okay. Currently 5 elements I wanted to store in my array. So this is how I have created my employee data object type of array. Now everyone, let's write our data. So at 0th position, I just wanted to hold Sarang, which is name of that employee. Second data, employee data of 1. I will be holding location of Sarang, let's say Pune. Then I'm writing employee data 2, which is, let's say age. I'm writing 40. Great. Now employee data. Okay. Employee data of 3. There I'm writing the gender, which I'm writing M, capital M, right? Now I can store employee data at 4th position. I think some percentage data, right? And this is how you can store your elements in array. Clear? Now you can see. If I just capture length of array, okay, length of array, then I will be writing here absolutely the property employee data dot length. Clear? And then how you can iterate? So we know the traditional way, right? We can just start, I should start with 0. So let me write, I should start with 0. Then I should be less than employee data dot length. And then I can write I plus plus. Correct now? And here we can directly print that, yes, employee data of ith element. So let me write employee data of ith element. And absolutely when you run this code, you will see the result, okay? So technically this is my array. I'm able to create an array with different data where you can see, but try to understand internally it is converting all your information in the form of object. So technically integer into integer object means it is converting integer wrapper class. Correct? Char means character wrapper class. And double means absolutely double wrapper class. So this is how the data is converted when you store that data as an object. Got it? And if you debug the code, you will see the difference. See, I'll again start with main function. Let me put the debug point. Right click and just debug and just observe the output. Okay, just have a look. One more time, if I run, see employee data got created. Initially, all the objects are null and this is the object type. So I'm having ID also. If I just step over, just have a look. Sarang and ID got created. Okay, let me run. See, Pune, integer, character and double. Here you can see the difference. Current second position data is just a 40. 40 which is primitive int, int int. but it have stored as a integer wrapper class object. Are you getting my point? So every primitive got converted in the form of object and that you can store inside your array. This is the main part. And I hope everybody is now clear. So whenever we work with real time, we don't follow string, we don't follow directly, like primitive. Generally, you need to store your elements in the form of object. Now clear, right? So this is how you can see if I run this code, iteration and everything happen and you will see the final result. Length is 5 and this is what your array data. Correct? But guys, this is just a new keyword. Now there is a one more way to declare an array, right? That is using literal. So what is exactly literal? Literal means constant data. You can declare an array directly as a constant information. Let me show you. If I can make some separation here and just have a look. Using literal means you can just write data type. Suppose I'm trying to show you for integer. Let me write int. After the data type, you can put your array name. Example, yesterday example, let's say SID. This is the syntax, right? One dimension array means one square bracket. It is equal to. Now in literal way, initialization and declaration part, we can directly write in one line. Means you have to put here set, okay, curly brackets. And within curly brackets, you can write your data. Example, 10, let's say 20, comma 30, comma 40, comma 50. You don't need to maintain here index position. In one line, I'm able to write my logic. How simple it is. Got my point? So this is your initialization plus declaration point. Okay, no need to maintain index position, but you will get the accurate result. See, if I just write, get the index position at third, can you tell me which value it will return to me? SID of 3 means which number? Think.
40.
Yes. Zeroth position it is 10. One position it is 20. Two means 30. And third position means you will be definitely getting 40 in the output. Correct, everyone? So if I run this code, just have a look. I'm getting the same result 40 in my console because I have tried to fetch that same element as per their index position. Okay, tell me now, if I'm writing SID of 5, what will be the output of this code? What is SID of 5? Think.
Exception of array out of bounds.
Exactly. Here you will not able to see the answer, right? Because you are writing fifth position. Compilation time, there is no problem, right? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. We have only 5 elements and that is from the position 0 to 4. When you put any wrong indexing, Java always throws you exception. And here comes the main exception, array index out of bounds exception. So at this moment, if you try to run your code, you will not see result. In fact, whenever there is exception in the program, you will not able to see the next result also. Okay, just have a look. If I just write length is, and I'm writing here SID dot length, I just wanted to capture length. You will not able to see length of this array. Okay, because there is exception on a previous line. Just have a look. So whenever exception is there, it will interrupt the flow of your execution and you will not able to proceed. Just have a look. I'm getting this exception. It says that in your current code, index 5, which is out of bound for length 5. Okay, if you wanted to just get the element, you need to write a proper index position. Then only you can fetch the element from that particular array. And see, it is coming on line number 29, right? If you click here on line number 29, you will able to see the line highlight. So this is the exception I'm having on this line. And after exception, you can see there is no result for length, correct? Because code got stop execution on that exception line. Okay. So remember, don't write wrong index position. Otherwise, in Java, you will definitely get the exception. And at this moment, if I try to run, okay, what is the length of array? Absolutely, it is 5. Okay, iteration remains same. Just have a look. Integer, I can start with 0. I should iterate, let's say SID dot length up to the length and I plus plus. And then I can write here again that array name SID and then I have to put that index position. If I run in this manner, it will print all the result. Now you can see I'm getting first element, then I'm getting that length, I'm getting all the elements from array. Clear? So literal way it is quite simple, right? In simple word or in simple one line, you are able to write your logic. So if you wanted to convert this object type of array also, you can. See, now in one line, we are able to write our logic. Let me make separation and let me show you. Again, what I will do, object, correct? Let's say S data, or let me write stu data. Okay, stu data or st data, better. Okay. And this is my st data, means student data, and I can declare array, right? I can write here, okay, this is Smita. Let me write Smita is again from, let's say, Mumbai. Okay. And then I'm writing Smita age is, let's say, 23. Okay. And Smita is female, right? And here you can write some long data, maybe phone number you are holding, right? That's okay. You can write in this manner, correct? So this is your student data or any kind of information you can hold as an object. And again, you can, how you can print it? Yeah, you can just do, okay, iteration. Integer, I should start with 0. I should again, if you don't know how much elements we have hold in the array, just directly take that length. St data up to length, I want to iterate. And then I will be writing I plus plus, incrementation. And there I can print again st data, right, of I. So this is how in literal way, in a simple manner, you can declare, you can initialize the array and you are able to print that information in the console. Got it? So one dimensional array, how to declare? There are two ways. Either you can follow new keyword way or you can directly write in one line using literal way. Both the ways are valid. You can capture length with only one property, that is length property. We don't have a method support in Java. Second, the way of iteration we have two. Only first way so far we have discussed. Now let me talk about what is for each loop. If you can see the notes, right? Here it is for each loop. See in Java, there is another form of loop is available and that will only works with arrays, in fact with collection, and that is called enhanced for loop. See the syntax of for loop, okay? It is very simple. Actually, they're asking you like you don't need to maintain any kind of index position. In array, indexing plays important role, right? But you don't need to maintain in for each loop any index position. What you need to do, just write for, okay? What type of array it is? If you are having array is a integer type, array is a double type, same type of variable you are creating. Then you need to put this colon, array name, and that's it. What it will do, suppose I'm having array, an array contains three elements, okay? It will just do passing pass, means it will pass first element to the variable and then you can print that variable. Then it will check second element, it will pass, third element it will pass, the number of elements array is having. It will pass each and every element to that variable and you are just trying to print that variable. You don't need to do all these things, right? Which we have previously completed. You don't need to maintain any size. You don't need to do any increment, decrement operator. You are just trying to print the elements of array. So just give a name of array and that is enough. Means, let's see. Now I'm having this array. Okay, let's say SID, which is of integer type. And currently I'm holding this three elements. Okay, what you need to do? See, I will be designing for each loop. Very first for. What type of array it is? It is an integer type. So declare integer any variable name colon. Then you have to give the array name, which is SID in my case. Curly brackets. And now I don't need to take any array name, any index position, nothing. I will be just printing that I. That's it. Means it will just pass one element, pass it to I and it will print. Second element, print. Third element, print. That's it. Number of elements finish. Automatically loop will exit and you will see the result. So this loop will not perform you for any kind of operation and all. But yes, if you just wanted to iterate, basic iteration you wanted to do, right? You can easily do it with the help of this for each loop. So this is the quick way to write a logic or quick way to iterate your entire array. Okay. So whenever you have an array or any kind of group of elements, group of data, only there you can implement this loop. Otherwise, this loop is not applicable for basic scenarios. Okay. So like you have, like we have discussed a lot of previous examples. There this loop will not help you. But whenever you have an array, it is definitely you can iterate using for each loop. So guys, just have a look. In first example, array demo 1, this is the first array, right? Which we have created SID integer type. And I have shown you iteration using simple for loop. Now let me copy the same and I will be showing you now iteration using for each loop. Just have a look. So here I'm writing iteration using for each loop, right? Okay. So everyone, how to write? See, you need to just write for current SID is a integer type. I'm writing int I colon SID. That's it. And there you can print what? Ith element. Okay. No need to declare any index position, any length condition, or any increment decrement. Just you are writing in simple manner and you will iterate. Got it? Please have a look. How I can convert this array? This is a double type of array, right? So I just wanted to show you iteration using for each loop. What is the syntax? Yes, everyone. We are going to start with for. Then current array type is what? It is double. Declare a same type. Okay. This is double. Again variable colon. Array variable name, which is in my case marks. And here I am printing ith value. That's it. Let's convert third, which is for string, right? Again iteration using for each loop. I'm writing for current type of array, which is string variable colon array name location, and here I'm trying to print that ith value. That's it. And just have a look. When you run this code, you will able to see all the three iteration. See iteration using simple for loop, and this is what iteration using for each loop. You will able to see the same result. Correct now? So how simple it is. For each loop is applicable whenever you have a number of elements. See, and this is how you will able to iterate all the elements for your array. Now guys, tell me if I just try to convert here. Okay, currently I have created again three arrays. First is object for employee, right? So I wanted to show you iteration using for each loop. How we can write? See, for current array is a object type, declare same type. O capital because it's a class, super class in Java. Object I colon. Again I am writing employee data. That's it. And here I will able to print ith value. Correct? How I can declare this one? Integer SID. Let's see. I will be again starting with for integer I colon. This is SID. And there I will just print ith position. That's it. And you will able to iterate. How I can iterate again? Same object. Let's try. So for again, this is the object type I colon and the name is st data. Correct? And here I am trying to print that ith variable. So using for each loop, just you can iterate the array. Can you see that? See, I'm trying to iterate the array using for each loop. Any question? How the for each loop is working? So internally it will just pass the elements from array to that variable and you are able to print that variable value. Okay. Clear the topic? Yes. First point, how to declare an array, how to get the length of array, and how many different ways are there to iterate. So this is how you can iterate the elements of array. Now tell me any question on this. Clear? Hmm. Yes, all the participant, is the topic is clear? If yes, then I will
Yeah.
show you the next topic, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Great. So we have second type of array. Now here it is important, right? Where we have multi-dimensional array. What does multi-dimensional array it is? And guys, this is related to again automation. Because in automation, we are interacting with multiple rows and multiple columns. So multi-dimensional array represent with rows and column. Consider currently I wanted to create two rows, but I wanted to create three columns. Okay. This is what the array which I wanted to design. So here I can store a data, something like this, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. I want to design this array. Now in this example, the matrix, it is like a matrix, right? We have rows and column. So the logic remains same, everyone. First point, this is multi-dimensional, or you can also called as, okay, two-dimensional array. Both the, same word or same meaning. These are the two types, 1D or 2D. So when it comes to multi-dimensional, how you will declare it? Okay, so please have a look. First, I will be talking about new keyword. So now this is the type which is integer. You will be writing in new keyword declaration is separate, initialization is separate. So I will be writing declaration, suppose integer. Let's take same name, SID. But as you can see, now we are holding row and column. So you need to create two brackets. Okay, one bracket for row, another bracket for column. Then I will be writing new keyword, again data type, which is integer. And here you can mention size of row and size of column. How many rows I want? I want two rows. How many column I want? I want three column. That's it. When you write in this manner, what will happen? Internally in your Java, right? I mean in your memory, it will just create this structure. You will just get skeleton only because of one line, this line, whatever line you have written. So I just got a structure, right? This is my array, two rows and three columns. Great. Now what will happen? Let's start with position. This is row number 1. But index value will be what? Absolutely row 0. This is row 1. Column 0, column 1, column 2. Great. Now how we can store elements? So I have to use in new keyword position. At 0th row and 0th column, means 0th row and 0th column, I wanted to store 10. Then I will be writing in this one. SID of 0th row. Guys, see how the iteration happen. We initially start with row. Then we go to that cell means column. And then only we can hold that value. You can't directly jump on cell without row. So very first it will complete first row. Then it will come to the next line. So at row position 0, column 1, I wanted to hold 20. Then it will store 20 here. Again, I am writing SID of 0 because 0th row only. And my column name is 2. I mean indexing is 2. I wanted to store 20 or 30. Then it will be 30. Got it? This is my first row. How I can maintain second row? Same. SID of 1, 0 means first row, 0th column. I want 40. Correct? Again, SID of 1, 1, I will store 50. And similarly, SID of 1, 2, I will hold 60. Great. This is how you will be writing. And then only it will hold the value. Correct? So using new keyword, this part important. How you are going to store the data as per their index. So let me show you demo first, right? So I'm talking about multi-dimensional array. So let me just give a name, multi-D array. Okay, now see, by mistakenly I have entered and I just wanted to rename the name of this class. I don't want to take only multi. So how to rename any class name? You can't directly come here and you can directly update. That's not a right way. So better you can right click on that file, come to the refactor. There is an option rename and there you can rename your direct class name. So let me write here. I just want multi-D array. So I'm writing multi-D array. Okay, that's it. And I will click on OK. Then automatically your class name will be replaced with same. Now here, let me write multi-D array. And this is valid. Okay, so this is my class. Okay, now let me take a main function. Public, static, then void. I will be writing main. And here I'm taking string arguments. Done. Now guys, just have a look how we can create this multi-dimensional array. I will be writing integer. Let me take SID. Okay, new. Here I'm writing again integer. I want two rows and three column. Clear? And let me put the data quickly. SID of 0, 0. Here I wanted to store 10. And let me just initialize it quickly. So I will be doing second, third, one, two, three. Okay. Let's see. Zeroth position, first column, value will be 30. Again, zeroth position, second column, value will be 30. Great. Here I will be writing first position, zeroth column, 40. Again, first row and one column, first column only, that is 50. And here the position is 1. Again, row position 1, column position 2. I wanted to store 60. Great. This is what declaration plus initialization using new keyword. When you write in new keyword, this is how. Okay, using new keyword. Now just have a look. Now, okay, very first, you need to understand, just calculate number of rows. Okay, number of rows. How you will get to know, guys, number of rows? Just calculate your length, current length of array. That will give you always number of rows. Remember, how to get current length of array? I will be writing sid dot length. So absolutely, I'm expecting length should be 2 because I'm having 2 rows in my array. So you will definitely get 2 result here. But question is how we can capture number of column. As I told you, number of columns if you wanted to print, you can't directly jump on column. You have to start with any one row and then you can iterate to up to that column. Means I will be writing here SID, which is the name of my array. But let's take any row of SID. Means I will be taking, let's say, zeroth row. Then I will say, just get the length. What it will do? It will come to the zeroth position and it will just check the entire column, how many columns are there at one row. And then definite answer will be 3. So you will able to see here what? Answer in the console, it should be 3. Total number of columns will be 3. Just have a look. If I run, see how the code is working. I'm getting number of rows are 2, number of columns are 3. Clear? So basically, for the column, you need to start with row. Always remember. Okay, this is okay. Fine. How we can get single data? Any single element you wanted to fetch. You will write same guys index position only. In array, indexing plays important role. If I just write SID of, let's say 1 and SID of, again I'm writing 0. So absolutely at first position means row number 1, column number 0, we have a data 40. So it will return in my console absolutely 40. Correct? If I put again, fine, SID of, let's say, 0 and 2, absolutely answer will be what? If I just write 0 and 2, so it will just come to that location and 0 and 2 value is 30. So it will just return you 30. Guys, concept remains same. If you print SID of, let's say, 2 and 1. Okay, I'm just looking for 2 and 1. So 2 row number which we don't have, correct? And column number 1 we have. But here, if you put wrong indexing, you will definitely get array index out of bounds exception. Okay, out of bounds. Remember exception. Class name, remember. In the interview, people will ask you which exception you will get. You need to remember the class name. And just have a look. If I just try to run this, here I'm getting result for previous whatever elements I'm trying to fetch. But when I write a wrong index, I got this exception that index 2, which is out of bound for length 2. Correct? And I got the exception on same line, array index out of bounds exception. And this is you can see. Clear? So concept remains same. Now the main part. This is okay. In array, we don't have a method support, nothing, right? In Java. So I wanted to iterate this. Now you tell me how I can iterate. What do you think? Now for row and column, one for loop is enough? Hmm? One single for loop is not enough, right? Here we need what? Nested loop, correct? The loop which we have understood in pattern examples. Now we need to understand nested pattern. How we can iterate this entire array and how we can print each and every element of array. So can anybody help me? How I can design my for loop or nested for loop for this pattern where I want only 2 rows and 3 columns. This is row number 1, row number 2, and these are my column. Column 1, column 2, column 3. And we know the logic, row to column, column to value. Remember, this is your main logic. How we can write a for loop for this? See, I will start first of all, for which outer loop should be for what? Row or column? Outer loop should be for what?
Row.
Absolutely row. Okay, how I can design then? Row, integer. Suppose R should start with what? Guys, array always start and iterate as per the indexing only. So we have to start our loop at this moment for indexing, which is 0. So R should start with 0. R should iterate. Row should iterate up to the length of that row, correct? Which is available in that array. Can I write? R should be less than SID dot length. Better? Here we get number of rows and then I will write R plus plus. Correct? This is my outer loop. For every row, it should iterate all three column first. So this is my inner loop for column. Integer C should start with what? Again, position for column also 0. Correct? Now C should be less than, and at this moment, can you tell me what should be the logic here? C should be less than what? Can I write SID of I dot length means up to the number of columns? This is what we have written na. SID of I means whatever position of row it is. I mean row R. Whatever position of row it is, I wanted to check the length of every row. And for those number of column, I wanted to iterate. So this is the logic I have written for number of column. Okay, up to number of column, I wanted to iterate column loop. And then I'll say C++. Got it? Done. And then what you need to do? You need to fetch the detail, right? Means how you can fetch? Here I need to use print method, correct? Not println. And I will be writing SID of row and column. Yes. After one row completion, I need to come to the next row. Means println function. So print will print on the same line, all the elements, and println will be coming to the next line. And this is the loop you need to write. Everyone clear? Can anybody explain me how this loop will iterate? Yes? Anybody wanted to try? How this loop will iterate? Chalo, we have written the logic. Now tell me how this works. That is important because only one time if you understood the topic, you will understand each and every point, guys. Chalo, who is going to try? What is the first one? I mean, how it will run? First, this part, right? Initialization of R. See, R becomes 0. Great. It will check the condition. R is less than equal to, I mean less than 2. Yes. Not equal to. Less than 2. Yes. True. Whenever it will true, it will come inside and it will initialize column for this row. So row number 0, column value also 0. It will check the condition whether that C is less than 3. Current column length is 3. Correct? Condition is true. It will come inside. And initially, what it will do, this is your output window, right? It will just print SID of row and column. So if you have an array and if the array contains some value, the first value you will get here. Because of print method, control remain on same line, correct? Then it will do what? It will iterate C value. Now C will become 1. Again, condition is true. 1 is less than 3. It will come inside. It will print here 20. Control remain on same line. C will become 2. Again, condition match. 2 is less than 3. It will come inside. It will print 30. Great. Now C value will become 4. But at this moment, condition will be false. Whenever condition false, it will come outside the for loop, which is print ln. So the control was here. Now the control is coming on next row. And then it will start iteration of R. At this moment, R will become 1. Again for 1, condition true. So it will come inside and it will initialize C value again starting from 0. So you will get 40 whenever C will be 1. Again means inner loop executing 3 times. That's the reason 40, 50, 60. This is how the result you will get in your output window. Understand this is what tracing. When you understand the execution flow, you will understand the concept of that program. Okay. Now see, if I just come to here and I wanted to show you iteration. Okay. Iteration using for loop. Absolutely, it's a nested, but just have a look. Using for loop, how you will iterate this entire array. So here comes outer loop, integer r should start with 0. R should be less than, okay, current SID dot length up to the row count. I wanted to perform R plus plus. Inner loop I'm writing for column. Integer C should start with 0. C should be less than SID of R, okay, SID of R dot length. And then I'm writing C plus plus. Great. And here I wanted to print what? Only print function. And I'm writing SID of R and C. Correct? And after one element, I want little bit space in between that numbers. And then whenever entire row got printed, I wanted to come to the next line. So I'm just writing println function. That's it. And see now if you run the code, you will see the matrix kind of result. Can you see row and column wise data? Easy. So this is what new keyword way, how you can declare, how you can initialize, and how you can iterate that array. Now this topic is clear, but let me show you how you can iterate the same array using for each loop. Okay. So for each loop is quite simple, right? We don't need to declare initialization part and all. It's very, very simple. See, using for each loop, using for each loop. Okay, just have a look. Huh? Now you understood this loop, like how the nested pattern is working, right? Please have a look. Again, I'm showing you if I talk about one dimensional array. Okay, this is my array and I'm having, let me take a different name. Suppose I'm taking array ARR, that's the name, and I'm having only these three elements. For this, if you ask me to design for each loop, it is very simple. I will be writing for integer I colon ARR. Correct now? And here I'm trying to print that I. This is what the for each loop. How the loop will work? It will just pass the value from array to I. Okay, so currently there is a 10. Only one number I'm passing at it at this time. Correct? I will be 10 and then it will print 10. So output in the output you will see first is 10. Second number will pass to I. It will be 20. Third number it is 30. Now there are no more elements. It will stop the iteration. So at a time we are passing in one dimensional array only one number to that variable. So this variable is capable to hold that number and you are able to iterate, you are able to see in the result. But guys, now there is a point. If I have a two-dimensional array like this, suppose I'm having, let me take a same example, three column, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60. My array name is SID. I wanted to iterate this using for each loop. Absolutely, one loop is not enough. We wanted to write two nested, one for row, one for column. But how I can design for row? I will be writing, let's say, for integer, row, colon, absolutely SID. But what do you think? What will happen at this moment? If you write this pattern, as you have a SID, which is a two-dimensional array, means we have number of rows and number of column. And if you write this statement, you will get immediately error. It says type mismatch. You cannot convert from SID of array to int. Can you guys tell me what is the meaning of this error? Why there is a type mismatch? Why I'm getting I can't convert SID of array to int? Hmm? As you can see, it is a two-dimensional. In one dimensional, we are passing only one number to that variable. Agree? Here what we are passing. Guys, when you write for each loop, you are passing one complete row to this R. Are you getting my point? Current R is only integer variable. Is that integer variable able to hold at a time 10, 20, 30? Tell me. Here it is possible, right? I variable can hold 10 at a time, only one number. But is this R variable is capable to hold group of numbers? No, right? So you will not able to see this. You will get a error. You can't convert array to normal integer. Means Java is asking you if you are holding complete group of element, as I'm holding complete row to this R, I will be passing complete row to this R. So R should be array itself. Are you getting my point? We need to pass this one row to that R variable to keep that variable as an array variable. Then only that variable is able to hold all three numbers at a time. Are you understanding the logic? Means if you write in this manner, it will not work. Remember, you will get an immediate error. Okay. So what I need to declare inside of this, I will be declaring something like this: integer R, and it should be array colon, and then I will be writing aside. Now you will not get error. It is, what is the meaning of this? It is passing a entire row to this R. Clear? So R is holding now all three elements 10, 20, 40 or 30. And now I can iterate entire array. You know that how to iterate this 10, 20, 30 means using single dimensional array. So I mean using this simple for loop. So I will be writing inner loop for column where I will be writing integer j, pass value from, okay, let me take R to j, and then you can print here that j. Are you understanding how you are writing nested for each loop? This is nested for each loop. One more time I'm repeating, focus. So as I told you, if you have a one dimensional, it is quite simple, right? But currently focus. If I just write for integer I and I'm writing colon and I will just put the name, right? Here I'm getting error. What is the error? It says that current SID is type mismatch. It is, we cannot convert from the element type integer array to int because current SID is a two-dimensional array. So it is not holding, okay, you are not able to declare in this manner. But then what I can do? Why? Because see, in single for loop or in simple for loop or in that one-dimensional array, at a time you are just passing one number to that variable. Here we are trying to pass complete first row, which is I'm having 10, 20, 30. So current I is not capable to hold array. Are you getting my point? So I have to declare I itself as an array, and then there is no error. Now clear? So now this I is holding full row, which is nothing but your single dimensional array. And now you can write inner loop for integer j colon I. That's it. From I, pass the value to j, and then I will say print j. If I use println, all the number you will get one by one. Just have a look. If I run this, how the numbers are coming, I'm getting one by one. Agree? Better approach is what? I just want a matrix type of result. So I will just keep here j. After j, I will print little bit space and I will come to the next row. Now you can see if I run this logic, you will able to see the answer in matrix pattern again. Now tell me, do you have a question on for each loop? How it is working? So see, there is no restriction. You wanted to use traditional approach. You wanted to follow for each loop. It is up to you. But as a trainer, I have to cover the both the way. So that is up to you which way you wanted to follow. But tell me, is this point clear? How you are iterating the array, any type of array using for each loop, whether it can be single dimensional, whether it can be multi-dimensional array. But this is how you will be writing the logic. Yes. Okay. So for each loop is only applicable, Darshan, whenever you are interacting with multiple elements. Means whatever the basic examples are there, there you can't apply. Okay. Example, I wanted to print this pattern. For pattern example, you can't write for each loop. Remember, suppose if I ask you, write this code. Correct. For this code, we can't write for each loop. Here you need to follow the traditional nested for loop only. Right. But as I told you, for each loop is only and only applicable whenever you have group of elements, which is in case of array, only for multi-dimensional array. Plus, in future classes, we'll be learning collection framework. So only with respect to collection framework, you need this. Basically, in automation, we don't follow traditional loop. In automation, you have a group of objects only. So for group of objects, we'll be using for each loop only. Clear? So syntax you should know. And this is just we have understood only for the syntax part. Clear? But in general examples, you will not able to use for each loop. So that is fine. But this point is clear now. How to iterate your array also using for each loop. Okay. But in this example, we have just seen what this index wise array means using new keyword. Can I give you one example where you will understand how to declare array using literal way better? This is the normal way, right? Where you need to maintain index value also and quite difficult to maintain index value. But suppose if you wanted to run or if you wanted to write any nested or I will say multi-dimensional array using literal way. So let's see how to declare. And then I will give you one more assignment for all of you. Okay. Please have a look. So now I wanted to show you same multi-D array. Okay. Multi-D array using literal. And this is very simplest way. So it will help you to complete your assignment. Focus. So guys, how to declare? Okay, let me take any other example. Suppose I'm holding what? Let's take locations. Okay, row wise, column wise, or let's say, let me design an array first. Again, I want suppose two rows and let's say two column. This time two rows, two column. Okay. And suppose I want list of locations. Either you can take anything, list of locations or list of numbers, anything. Let's write, okay, again, suppose I'm holding some numbers like 100, 200, 300, and 400. Okay, how we can hold the numbers? So guys, absolutely, I will declare a type integer. Suppose this is just a normal data. So I can write data, two-dimensional array. So two square brackets are compulsory. But now I'm trying to show you literal way, constant way. Means put the one set first. The number of rows, whatever you want, create that much number of set. First row, first set, comma, second row, second set. Means second row. Suppose I wanted to design one more row, three rows. Then I will be writing in this manner. Let me create one more row. The number of set I have designed that represent one row. Okay. Inside one row, number of column, it is based on your value. Example, in first row, I want number of data. Let's say 100, 200. Then I'm writing here 300, comma 400. Okay. Suppose 500, comma 600. Now I'm writing 700, comma 800. Clear? This is my data. So guys, currently how many rows and how many column I have designed? Who is going to tell me? Chalo, tell me number of rows. Hmm,
Four number of rows and two
correct.
columns.
So basically data.length will help you with the number of rows. And here definitely you can see four rows I have designed as there are four sets. So answer should be four. And to get the number of columns, last example, focus, number of columns. I have to write data of any row. Okay, so just get zero position any row and then I will put the length. So absolutely columns I have designed in every set I have just maintained two values. So column are definitely two. Correct? Just have a look. If I run this, what is the output? I'm getting four rows, two column. Perfect. Now tell me if I write this way, okay, get the data of, let's say, second row and first value. Can you guys tell me what will be the output? What is the second position row? Second means, see, this is the row number 0, correct? Index value. This is first row and this is the second row, means row number 2. What the data I'm expecting? Row number 2, column number 1. Means row number 2, this is column 0, column 1. Output should be what? 600. And just have a look. If I run, here the output is coming 600. Great. Now, last point. So, suppose you wanted to iterate, right? You wanted to iterate using for loop or nested, I mean, this for each loop. How to do that? Just have a look. Suppose, okay, this is a for loop. And here I wanted to show you with for each loop. Let's try to write both the loop. Okay. First loop I'm writing, which is again row wise, column wise. So I should be writing, I'm writing in this way. I should be 0, correct? And I should start with what? Absolutely data dot length. I mean, it should start with 0 up to length. It should iterate, and I should be plus plus. Okay. This is outer loop. Then I'm writing inner loop. Integer j should start with 0. J should be less than what? Data of I up to that length. Okay, not code, up to the length. Great. And then I will be writing j plus plus. Okay. And here I'm writing that value, which is again I have to write what? Okay, there must be 0. And here I'm taking only print function, everyone. So within that print function, here I'm writing what? Data of I and j. Correct? Data of I and j. That's it. And then after that complete row got printed, I wanted to come on next line. So if I write in this manner, if I run the code, see the result. I'm getting this is my array. Okay, but I haven't mentioned the space, right? Let me put here little bit space. Now you can see. If I run it again, now I'm getting row wise, column wise data. Correct? And how we can convert using for each loop? In for each loop, you don't need to write anything, right? Means it's quite simple. Just write for data type. Current variable, it is holding complete row. So we have to declare as a array, colon, and then I will write a data. That's it. Then I will write just one more for loop, integer j colon I, and then I'm writing print. Here I'm writing just jth value, and on next line, I want that, okay, space. I mean next line, and plus here I'm adding little bit space. That's it. When you run this code, you will see the same result. Great, everyone. So practice for this. One question for all of you. Try for next topic, right? So first, understand the assignment, okay? What you need to do. Design the array for some user credentials. Means I want this type of array to be declared. Everyone try this example, which is required in automation, okay? This logic, which is common for automation. I want column name, username. I mean, this second column name is password. Okay. Suppose you are holding username. Let's say I'm writing Sarang. And suppose I'm holding the password, which is test 123. Okay. Test 123. Suppose next is, let me write my name. I'm writing test 123 or Priya 123, whatever it is you can hold. Let me take J, test 123. Suppose Yesh, and I will be taking test 123. If you can see, current data is a real data. Remember only one rule. Whenever you work with real data, don't write string. Real data type should be always and always object type. Means this is the assignment where you are going to create two-dimensional array, right? So assignment is what? Design 2D array, right? And print number of rows and column, correct? And display the result, display the array better, display the array using both ways, both for loop. Okay, this is your question. Just anyone take the screenshot. I want this output. Okay, hint is given, declare a type as object, design two-dimensional array, print the number of rows, columns, and display the array using both for loop. For your practice, write this code using both for loop, and please send your pictures, assignment completion pictures in your WhatsApp group so that other participant also will get motivation and they will try to write a logic. Okay, fine. It can be anything. Okay, it might be wrong. That's okay. It might be anything. Just write. Try your code and share. Okay. I hope it is done.
Yeah.
Everyone. Great. So try this, okay? I have given a hint to you. Okay, now using new keyword you wanted to design, using literal way you wanted to design, it is up to you. But I want result of both the array. I mean, this array should be printed in both the way, simple for loop and try with your for each loop also. Okay, so that is only for your practice. And declare this type of array is a object. Hmm. Fine. And here we have actually completed our topic array. Tomorrow I will be starting with another interesting topic which is string class, and we will talk about multiple methods with respect to string. Okay? So please do not miss the session. Fine. Chalo, that's all for the day. Bye everyone. Take care. Thank you. We will continue tomorrow. Have a nice day.
Thank you, ma'am.